Afterwards by Thomas Hardy. What does postern refer to in the poem? Backdoor. Which season is primarily depicted in the poem? Spring. What imagery is used to describe the leaves in May, glad and green like wings? What creature is mentioned traveling over the lawn? Hedgehog. What does the speaker hope the neighbors will say about him? He noticed the beauty in nature. What metaphor is used for death in the poem? A closing door. What does Hardy describe the default hawk? Silent and soundless like an eyelid's blink. What do the neighbors reflect on when they see the night sky? His absence from their lives. What does Bell of Quatrain symbolize? Announcement of death. What theme is prevalent through the poem? The inevitability of death. What does the phrase tremulous stay suggest about the speaker's state of mind? Fear of uncertainty. Which literary device is primarily used in the line flaps his glad green leaves like wings? Simile. What does the speaker imply about the perception of others regarding his appreciation for nature? They will acknowledge his sensitivity. In the context of the poem, what does delicate filmed as new spun silk convey? Fragility and beauty. What might the neighbor symbolize in a broader sense? The community's judgment. What does the imagery of nature contribute to the overall mood of the poem? It evokes feelings of nostalgia and beauty. What does the use of May month signify in terms of time? A time of renewal and growth. Which aspect of human experience is highlighted through the speaker's reflections? Connection to nature. What emotional tone does the phrase "he was a man who used to notice such things" convey? Regretful nostalgia. Overall, what message might the poem convey? Life is fleeting and awareness brings beauty to our existence. What time of day is described? Dusk. Which animal is mentioned? Hawk. What does hawk do upon arrival? Alights on a thorn. What is the imagery used to describe the dusk? Like an eyelid soundless blink. What might a gazer think about the hawk? It has seen this sight before. What does wing waft suggest about the thorn? It has been shaped by the wind. What element of nature does the passage primarily focus on? Fauna. The imagery of this poem evokes in which of the themes? Loss and memory. What time of day are hedgehogs primarily active? Night. What does the speaker wish for regarding innocent creatures? To protect them. What is hedgehog's primary defense mechanism? Spines. What does the term furtively imply? Secretively. How does the speaker feel about their ability to help creatures? Regretful. What might people say about the speaker after their death? They cared for animals. What do hedgehogs typically eat? Insects and small invertebrates. Where do hedgehogs usually sleep during the day? In burrows or nests. What is a common behavior of hedgehogs when threatened? They roll into a ball. What does the poem suggest about how the speaker wants to be remembered as someone who noticed nature? What does the word mothi imply about the environment, old and possible decaying? What literary device is primarily used in the phrase "he could do little for them"? Understatement. How does the speaker likely feel about their own mortality? Reflective. What does the phrase "come to no harm" suggest? They wish to ensure safety for vulnerable creatures. What does "I have been stealed" imply? I have died. Who is watching the heavens in the passage? They. What season is referred? Winter. What do full starred heavens symbolize? Mystery. What emotion might the observers feel upon hearing of the poet's stillness? Reflection. The phrase "eye for such mysteries" suggests that the poet appreciates beauty. The setting described in the passage can be characterized as serene. Which literary device is used in full starred heavens? Imagery. The tone of the passage can be described as reflective. What does the phrase "meet by face no more" indicate? Acceptance of death. How might the observer's thoughts be characterized? Contemplative. The use of mysteries in the passage suggests a sense of wonder. Which word best describes the observer's potential feeling towards the poet? Nostalgia. The phrase "will this thought arise" indicates uncertainty and reflection. What does "still at last" imply about the poet's life? It has come to an end. What does bell of quatrains refer? The sound of death or finality. The line cuts a pause in its outrollings implies that there is a moment of stillness. What does the phrase rise again as they were new balls boom suggest? They will be a renewal or continuation of sound. Which literary device is primarily used in crossing bridge cuts a pause? Metaphor.